Daniel Cormier has raised concerns over Israel Adesanya's motivation as he gears up for his UFC comeback. Cormier suggests that after reaching such high levels of success, maintaining the same fire can be challenging, questioning if Adesanya still possesses that drive. It'll be interesting to see if he still has that hunger, Cormier remarked.
What is he fighting for? I think that's a reasonable thing for me to ask.
Yeah, so like, when that moment happens, like against Gastelum, and he was in the corner in the 5th round and he went, I'll die for this. And he kept, remember, I was like mouthing to himself, I'll die for this, I'll die for this. He had money, he was a kickboxer champion, but he was fighting for an interim championship with the opportunity to get to Robert Whittaker to become the unified champion. He didn't have money at the rate that he has right now. He didn't have the zeros in the bank account. He didn't have the accolades. He did not have the notoriety. He'll find himself in that 4th or 5th round with a mob off this weekend and have to dig deep knowing that nothing changes if he doesn't, right? Nothing changes. Israel Adesanya will still be a star if he wins or he loses. Israel Adesanya will still collect the same paycheck on Saturday night if he loses. The money he has in the bank remains the same. All of his investment properties will remain the same. How does he pull back to that moment when he didn't have all those things, if need be? That honestly, Chill, is probably the most interesting thing in regards to the fight, because I never in my life fought a 5-round main event that wasn't for a championship. And I gotta be honest, I'll be totally transparent with you. I don't think that I could. I don't think that I could have went 25 minutes without knowing that there was a shiny gold belt waiting on the end of that. Because it's hard to pull that dog out of you whenever you don't get that thing that means so much when the night's over.
Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. Michael Bisping removed his fake eye in an interview to bond with SHARA bullet Magomedov, who also fights with one eye. Bisping inspired Magomedov, making him reconsider quitting after his own eye injury. During their chat, Bisping expressed admiration for Magomedov, saying, "I'm inspired by you. I really am, and I truly mean that."
I think it was Luke Rockhold the first fight, but hold on, I gotta take this out. Hold on, there we go. Now we're brothers properly. Yeah. Did you ever think about getting one of these?
I was told, but no, not yet. No, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You look good. I mean, you own it.
Это твое.
I'm a pussy. Everyone was bullying me online, saying mean things. They hurt my feelings, so I tried to hide it.
Bryce Mitchell expressed support for Adolf Hitler, leading to public outrage from UFC CEO Dana White.
I really don't think that he was, because I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think before Hitler got on meth, he was a guy to go fishing with. He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out that were destroying his country and turning them all into gays. They were gaying out the kids. They were queering out the women. They were queering out the dudes. They were, you know what her first tranny surgery ever was? Happened to be in Germany before Hitler took over. You know the books that everybody makes fun of Hitler burning? You know what the books was? Queer books. Hitler burned queer books because Hitler didn't want a bunch of queers destroying his nation. They can't produce children.
But what about
when he got on meth and he turned on Russia? I believe that's when he kind of went full nutty. And I don't think that he was just like the best dude ever. And when I say I go fishing with him, I'm not saying he was the most trustworthy dude or I'd love him or whatever. But at some point in Hitler's life, I don't think he was that bad of a guy. I really don't. And now, was Hitler perfect? No. But he was fighting for his people, okay? And he wanted a pure nation with people. You know what the Jews was doing?
Dana White responded to Bryce Mitchell's comments involving Adolf Hitler, saying Mitchell was stupid and an idiot.
Get started here. Let me get some fucking dumb shit out of the way first here. I'm out here, have fun doing Power Slap tonight. And I'm sure you guys heard what Bryce Mitchell said. If you haven't, he said some probably, I've heard a lot of dumb, ignorant shit in my day, but this one's probably the worst. When you talk about Hitler, he was responsible for the death of 6 million Jews, and he tried to completely eliminate a race of people. World War II was the deadliest war in history. 15 million military deaths, 45 million civilians, and 25 million soldiers were killed in World War II. Second of all, Hitler is one of the most disgusting and evil human beings to ever walk the face of the earth. And anyone that even tries to take an opposing position is a moron. That's the problem with the internet and social media. You provide a platform for a lot of dumb, ignorant people. We've obviously reached out to Bryce, and when we read what he said and let him know how we feel about it, I don't even, we're beyond disgusted. So for those of you that don't know what's going on, good, you're lucky. For those of you that do, that's what I have to say.
Do you think Bryce should be suspended for his statements, or does this fall under freedom of speech? David Feldman, the owner of BKFC, admits he was rooting for Eddie Alvarez against Jeremy Stephens, but only because he was the hometown guy.
The whole Eddie Alvarez, Jeremy Stephens, I'm going to kind of mix these in together because, Jeremy came on yesterday and he almost felt as though you guys were betting on Eddie to win and you guys wanted Eddie to win. And he came in. Like, what was the relationship like with either of those guys for you?
I mean, I think I got a great relationship with Jeremy Stephens, and I got a really good relationship with Eddie as well. I told Jeremy like this. I said, look, I can't lie to you and say I wasn't a little bit rooting for Eddie. He's my hometown boy. He has got the crowd, but man, I'm just as happy to see you win. And now let's make some money. That's what I said to him, and that's the truth. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of promoters will say, I was never rooting for that guy. I wasn't really rooting for Eddie, but he was the hometown guy.
It's better for the show if he wins.
Well, it was there. I mean, look,
yeah.
He sold 17,000 and change, right?
Yeah.
And he helped so much in that promotion. He was the best fighter I've ever had as far as going into promotion for that fight. He just let me do anything we wanted to do, promoted the hell out of it. But at the end of the day, so did Jeremy. Jeremy did everything. He played the villain perfectly. He did everything right. So now he gets to have a bump and pay and make some money, and we're going to do that. So there was no animosity at all against Jeremy. It was just like, look, as a promoter, who do you really want to win for that? And that's what we wanted at that time. But I mean, Jeremy won, and there's a lot of stories that we can play right now with Jeremy, and he's got a great story. Look, man, he lost a baby. He didn't have any money. Almost the same thing that I went through. Like, had no money, was on a bridge, about to jump off, like to the bottom of the barrel. And now he has a chance to really change his life, and we're going to help him do that.
Do you have any plans or options of what you're thinking for him? I mean, there seems to be so many different ways to go with him.
Yeah, man, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot out there right now. I mean, everybody's calling for him versus Mike Perry now. I just don't know if the weights are right for that, to be honest, because, I mean, I think Jeremy will put up a good fight. I'm just concerned that Mike Perry weighs in at 175 and then comes in at, 195, and Jeremy's 160, 165, right? So I don't know if that makes sense, but there's a lot of other things out there.
UFC champion Alex Pereira has issued a challenge to USYK for a boxing match. Pereira expressed his interest by stating, I want to box with the best, and USYK is the best.
That's something that he really wants, but he's on a contract to UFC. We know McGregor did it. We don't know how he would, but it's something that he really like to do.
Yeah, who would be somebody that be a big fight for him in boxing right now?
Well, he's the champ. He would like to fight the champ. So OLEKSANDR is the fight that he wants.
Wow. That'd be a super fight. Wow. That'd be fight of the century.
He feel that he could do really good. Like, people talk about boxing, but boxing is one of his strongest parts. And yeah, if he's supposed to fight, he's the champ. He want to fight the champ. So he'll fight OLEKSANDR. He think he could go head to head with him. He think he's up there. Me personally, I put him already to spar some world-class top 10 heavyweight boxers. Guys with names, real good names, not that I'm not going to mention, but he did really good, bro. So I think he could do good.
Wow.
I believe in him.
Alex Pereira is cornering Strickland at UFC 312 less than a month before his own fight against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. Daniel Cormier believes the travel and time commitment poses a risky distraction for Pereira, saying it seems dangerous, a risk. Despite the concerns, Cormier respects Pereira's decisions and acknowledges his impressive legacy as one of the greatest fighters.
Because we already know that Alex Pereira has a fight on the books, Las Vegas, UFC 313, right? What we do know is that Alex Pereira is going to be fighting a guy who could be his most formidable opponent because of the style. But what we also have to take into effect is that Pereira feels that his relationship with Strickland is so strong that he's willing to travel across the world to corner him. To me, it seems dangerous. To me, it seems risky for Alex to go all the way to Australia, knowing everything that goes into a training camp and how hard that travel can be on your body when you're preparing to be or continue to defend your world championship. So how strong is that bond, right? How strong is that bond? How much does Sean Strickland now mean to Alex Pereira for him to take that risk? Because trust me, guys, it is a risk. It is a risk.
DRICUS du Plessis reacts to Alex Pereira being in the corner of Sean Strickland for their rematch.
What do you make of the light heavyweight champ Alex Pereira being in the challenger's corner on Saturday?
He was in the corner in the first fight too. I mean, they don't even speak the same language. It doesn't really make it much of a difference whether he's in the corner. I mean, Strickland can understand his own coach. He's also American. How's he going to understand Alex Pereira?
How does that work in your? How do you imagine that works?
It doesn't.
Well, not based on the first fight.
Sean Strickland reacts to Islam Makhachev saying he'd be willing to move up to 185 and fight for the middleweight title. Sean also responded to Belal Muhammad saying he'd go up in weight to fight him.
Little man, bro, you ain't gonna wrestle me, dog. You're just fucking big, dog. It ain't gonna happen. Go back to fucking, I don't know, where's he from? Dagestan to Turkestan? Yeah, go back to fucking to Turkestan, bro. Calm down.
Dana White expressed that he doesn't see the Global Fighting League as a competitor to the UFC, even though they have been throwing a lot of money around.
There's a lot of news now about the GFL League. Pretty much everybody who's retired from the UFC is now signed by this new GFL League. Do you see them at all as a competitor, or do you think this is just basically smoke, blowing smoke?
No, I don't think it's blowing smoke. I think these guys are blowing real cash. I mean, these guys are throwing a lot of money around, and I love it. Good for the fighters. It's good for them, and I don't know anything about his business plan or what the deal is, but no, I don't consider any combat sports my competition. My competition is the NFL, college football, soccer, big movies that come out on Saturday. I don't look at other combat sports and look at them as competitors.
Jake and Logan Paul ended speculation that they'll be squaring off in the boxing ring and announced they'll be launching a new reality show, Paul American.
What's good? Easy. It's good. Easy. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it so much. Can we squash anything? Let's squash anything, bro. Guys, you guessed it. Most of you guys guessed it. I think we're bad actors or something, but
can't act.
Most of you guys guessed it. We do have a bigger announcement though.
Yeah.
An even bigger.
We got something for you.
Announcement than us fighting. We got something for you. Come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, everything was said besides the part of us beating each other's asses was true. And maybe we'll do that one day. But today, this is something we've waited our whole lives for. Our entire lives. And this is the first thing that we are working on together. You may have guessed it, but we are officially launching a reality TV show for our family called All American. Let's go! The controversial family in America just got a reality TV show with HBO Max, March 27th. It's a Thursday. You're free. Set your calendars. All the behind the scenes of our drama, going even deeper than before. Behind the scenes of the Tyson fight. All the things that go on behind the scenes. Your guys' engagement, having a baby. There's so much in this series. We're so excited to show it to you guys. It's probably going to hurt our careers.
For sure, yeah.
Drama in there.
If you thought we're controversial, yeah, I mean, I bet we get one season. Maybe we'll see. But
That's all for today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA content. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on the screen to get caught up.